I got my teen son presents from Europe, a $1,200 designer backpack, limited edition Dubai chocolates, and an iPhone 17 Pro Max. After family dinner, all was gone. Then my nephew shared selfies with the bag. I confronted my sister. He liked it better, so I handed him all of it. That's when I absolutely lost it. Have you ever felt like your own family sees you as nothing more than an ATM, a convenient resource to drain? Because last month, my own sister, stole something priceless from my son. It wasn't just a physical theft. It was a deep, gut-wrenching betrayal that ignited a war I never saw coming. My name's Austin. I'm 37. I manage an electronics store, which basically means I'm the guy who juggles schedules, handles those impossible returns, and keeps the cashiers honest. I've got a 15-year-old son, Jaden. He's all about basketball, drowning out the world with loud headphones, and pretending he's too cool to care. But he cares, man. He cares about everything. I'm divorced. I rent a small 2-bedroom, pay my child support on time, and keep my sneakers pristine. It's one of those tiny things that still makes me feel like I have some control. Last month, my district sent me to Europe for a vendor conference. My first time off the continent. I stacked shifts like crazy, just to sneak in 2 extra days to play tourist. Paris, then Dubai. The whole time, I was FaceTiming Jay from hotel lobbies and airport gates. He'd try not to smile, but I saw it. I brought him gifts, real ones. A $1,200 designer backpack he'd screenshotted for me last Christmas. Limited edition chocolates from Dubai, the kind they melt gold leaf onto with a torch. And an iPhone 17 Pro Max. This one was huge. I'm usually no phones on principle guy, but I'd planned this surprise for months. It felt like I was fixing something I couldn't fix before. When I got back, we had a small family dinner at my sister Megan's house. She has the space and a way of making everything feel like a favor you owe her. My mom was there too, with a casserole nobody touched. I laid out the gifts. Jay, my son, tried to play it cool, but his eyes? They betrayed everything. They were wide, shining, glued to that designer backpack, touching its strap like it was made of pure gold. Open it, I said. His hands were so careful, like it might bite him. My nephew, Tyler, Megan's 16-year-old, hovered. Whoa, away, he said, drawing out the word. Is that real? Real, I told him. Dinner was loud. Megan's laugh bounced off the tile. My mom asked if the company paid for all that. Jay passed me his plate for more potatoes without saying please. I didn't mind. He couldn't take his eyes off that backpack. After we ate, I went to the kitchen to help with dishes. Megan shooed me away with a dish towel. You're a guest, she said, like I hadn't fixed her garbage disposal 3 times. When I walked back into the dining room, my heart sank. The buffet was clear. Hey, I said, where'd the bag go? Jay's chair scraped. I put it by my jacket, he said. It wasn't there. The chocolates were gone. The iPhone box, too. Tyler, I asked, my voice dangerously calm. He looked up, mouth full of pie, eyes blank. What? Where's the stuff? Megan wiped her hands, avoiding my gaze. Oh, she said, soft and airy, like this was nothing. Then she smiled, too big, and dropped a bomb that made the floor disappear beneath me. He liked it more anyway, she said, her voice sickeningly sweet. So I gave him everything. I just stared at her. You what? She lifted her chin, like a judge handing down a sentence. I gave it to Tyler. That was the first pop in my ears, like an altitude change. Jay pushed back from the table, so hard his chair tipped over. My mom made that disappointed sound she saves just for me. Don't make a scene, Austin. Mom said it's only things. Jay looked at me like the room had tilted sideways. Dad, I could feel my pulse throbbing in my gums. I swallowed. I said nothing, because if I spoke right then, I would have burned that whole house down with words I could never take back. I should back up. My family. They have this ugly habit of treating my bank account like an open bar and my time like it's infinitely available. It's not new. When Megan was in college, I was a new shift lead, and I just this once covered her parking tickets. When her AC died last summer, I put the repair on my card because the baby can't sleep in heat. Tyler's not a baby, by the way. He's taller than me and never says thank you. My mom's constant refrain, he's your family. She means Megan. She means Tyler. She never means me. When Jay was little, I overcorrected. I said yes to everything until I learned how to say no. Phones, that was my hill. I manage a store. I know what these devices do to kids who can't put them down. Jay got a cheap model, then a step up, but never the big number. He never threw a fit. He'd just save screenshots of the new ones and set them as his lock screen, like a joke on himself. That Europe trip? It started with corporate panels and vendor dinners where grown men argued about USB-C like their lives depended on it. But at night, I walked across the city, bought a stupid little keychain shaped like a sneaker for Jay, knowing he'd roll his eyes and then secretly keep it. In Dubai, I walked into a boutique just to look and walked out with that backpack. A purchase I absolutely could not justify on a spreadsheet, and deep down, I didn't want to. But the associate wrapped it like it was art, and I timed the tax refund, and I planned the reveal for after dinner so Tyler couldn't crowd it. That's the kind of thinking I do. Logistics of joy. Megan doesn't do logistics. She does declarations. Austin, you make more, she'd say anytime I hesitated. It's just money. It's not just money, I snapped once. It's rent, groceries, braces, and a kid who wants to go to state college. She blinked like I'd spoken a foreign language. Tyler needs a car, she'd say. Isn't there a family discount at your store? That night, before dinner, she'd given me a tour of her new backsplash like she'd designed the Louvre of subway tile. Timeless, she'd gushed. It's white rectangles, I'd said. She swatted my arm. Don't be a snob. We ate. Jay sat with Tyler like two friends who tolerate each other. Tyler told a story about a collab he wanted to launch, meaning reselling sneakers his mom bought with my card 2 months ago when she'd accidentally Apple paid from the wrong phone. I never saw that money again. I placed the gifts behind Jay's chair when I came in. I watched him touch the ribbon on the chocolates like it hummed. He whispered, "For me? For you?" I said, "All of it." And then I left him alone for 3 minutes to rinse plates. When Megan said she'd given everything to Tyler, it was like she was reading a rule I'd completely missed. "Why would you do that?" I asked, keeping my voice low. Jay was right there, and I knew if I yelled, Mom would clutch her pearls and talk about my temper. Megan shrugged, slow motion. "Jay already has a phone." "Not this one," Jay said, his voice raw. Tyler leaned back. "I'll make better use of it," he said. "I'll create content." I actually laughed. It came out wrong, a harsh bark. "Give it back," I said. Megan's smile dropped. "Don't talk to my son like that." "Like what?" I said. "Like he owes you," she said. "He does," Jay practically whispered. Mom set down her fork like she was slamming a gavel. "Austin, don't start." Tyler stood. "I already unboxed the phone," he said, casual, "set it up." "I didn't give you the Apple ID," I said. He smirked. "Didn't need yours." I looked at Jay. He looked at me, then away, then back. That back and forth, that was the part that truly hurt. We left with nothing. Jay walked to the car, hands empty, his face like he was trying very hard to be old. On the drive home, he mumbled, "It's fine." "No," I said. "It's not." He stared out the window. "I don't want to fight with them." I didn't sleep. I sat at the table, surrounded by the receipt stack I keep in a shoebox. I had the printed merchant copy for the backpack, with its serial number. The chocolate order with the limited edition code. The iPhone invoice with the IMEI. I lined them up like weapons and felt stupid, because they were just pieces of paper and I was a grown man, shaking. In the morning, my phone buzzed. My group chat with Megan and Mom lit up. "Megan, let's keep last night in perspective." "Mom, it was a misunderstanding." Megan, Tyler is heartbroken. "You yelled, Mom." "Austin, you've always been so intense." I typed back, my fingers trembling. "Give back the backpack, chocolates, and phone today." Megan didn't answer. 10 minutes later, Tyler posted a mirror selfie on his public story. Designer backpack slung across his chest, the new iPhone in his hand, a Dubai gold wrapper peeking from his pocket like a trophy. Caption, "Auntie spoil me." He tagged Megan. He did not tag me. Jay sent me the screenshot without a word. I stared at it until the edges blurred. I called Megan. She ignored it. Then she texted. He liked it more anyway. I felt a place in me I don't like to visit start to wake up, the one that catalogs facts and stops caring how anyone feels. I opened the device enrollment portal we use at work. I typed in the IMEI. It pinged. Active on a new Apple ID. Not mine. I clicked through the notes. I could see the carrier, the city, the exact time it was activated. I printed it. At lunch, Mom called from her salon chair, a hairdryer roaring in the background. "Don't go nuclear," she pleaded. "Ask her to give it back," I said. She made a choice as a mother. Mom said. So did I replied. I chose my son. That afternoon, Megan added 4 of our aunts to the group chat. Family accountability, she wrote. They piled in like they always do. Asterisk Austin, money doesn't buy love. Boys share. Jay needs to learn generosity. Asterisk I closed my eyes and saw Jay's face at the table when the backpack vanished. Not generous. Just erased. The last thing came that night. A new post from Tyler. The phone pointed at the backpack. Caption, new daily driver. Comments, fire emojis, drip, and one from Megan. Well earned, baby. I felt the click inside me. The same one I get at work when someone tries to return a brick they bought on a corner and screams at my cashier. The moment where I stop apologizing and start following policy. I was done being their open tab. I texted Megan at 7:12 a.m. Last chance. Bring the bag, chocolates, and phone to my place by noon. She sent a voice note. I didn't listen. I called. She picked up on the third ring. Good morning, dictator, she drawled. Bring them back, I said. I gave them to my son, she argued. He's family. You're being selfish. You gave away my son's gifts, I stated. You're rich, she said. And Jay has plenty. I laughed once. Megan, listen carefully. I have receipts with serial numbers. I have the phone's IMEI. I manage a store. Do you know what those things mean? Threats, she hissed. So ugly. It means I can blacklist the phone, I said. It means I can file a police report and attach proof. It means I can ask the boutique to flag the backpack if it ever gets serviced or sold. It means everything you took becomes a headache. You wouldn't, she said, but her voice dipped. By noon, I said. I'm not asking again. She hung up. 2 minutes later, the group chat exploded. Megan, he's threatening us with police over a phone. Mom, Austin, you're going to ruin Thanksgiving. I put my phone face down and made pancakes for Jay. He ate slowly, watching me. Are we going to war? He asked, trying to joke. We're going to have boundaries, I said. At 11:02, Megan didn't show. At 11:29, Tyler posted a story from a mall food court with the backpack on the chair beside him like a dog. At 11:48, my doorbell rang. I opened it expecting Megan. It was my mother. She pushed inside like she owned the deed. We are not calling the police, she declared. No hello. Megan sent you, I said. She's very upset, Mom said. I bet, I replied. Jay lingered by the hallway, listening. Mom noticed him and switched to that soft voice she uses like a costume. Sweetheart, your cousin is going through a rough patch. Jay stared. He just got $2,000 worth of stuff. Mom's mouth tightened. Don't be crass. I set the paperwork on the table. Mom, I'm filing today. She reached for my wrist like when I was 12 and touched the stove. You'll regret this. What I regret, I said, my voice steady, is teaching everyone that my no is actually a convince me. That ends now. At noon, I hit send on an email to our district loss prevention lead, the one we loop for device fraud. I attached the IMEI, the activation timestamp, the purchase invoice. I CC'd myself and printed a copy. Then I opened the carrier's site and submitted an IMEI block request through the consumer form. Locked. Pending review. I filed a police report online for stolen property with serial numbers. I wrote it simple. No adjectives. At 1:27, Megan called, screaming. I put her on speaker. You disabled his phone, she shrieked. He's at the mall. It just bricked. Bring my things, I said. You humiliated him, she cried. He was with friends. Bring my things, I repeated. You are dead to me, she wailed. And I'm telling everyone what you did. You already do, I said, and hung up. 5 minutes later, the family group chat started pinging nonstop. I didn't open it. Instead, I texted Jay and asked if he wanted to drive to the courts to shoot hoops. He grabbed his ball so fast he almost forgot his shoes. On the way out, my phone rang again. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. It was Tyler, his voice shaking with rage and something else underneath. Uncle Austin, that was foul. Fix it, or he didn't finish. He hung up. I didn't fix anything. You should know what happens after you actually press the button everyone thinks you'll never press. At 10:06 p.m., Megan sent a final message. We're coming. At 1:33 a.m., she pulled up in front of my building, idling like the curb might bite. Tyler sat in the passenger seat with his hood up, face red. Mom was in the back like a chaperone. Megan honked like I was a valet. I didn't go out. I texted, doors open. They didn't come in. They set a shopping bag on the front step and drove off. When I opened it, the backpack was inside. Chocolate wrappers stuffed in the pockets like confetti. The iPhone box was there, too. The phone wasn't. 10 minutes later, my doorbell rang again. Megan. This time, she came in with the phone in her hand. "Reset it," she said, like she was doing me a favor. "If you're going to be like this, take it." I took it, set it on the table. Jay stood by the wall, silent. Megan crossed her arms and went for the speech. "We're a family. We share. Tyler is going through a lot. His father pays less child support than I do," I interjected. "You told me that. You tell me everything when you want money." Her mouth opened and closed. "You're cruel," she said, recovering into the role. "I'm tired," I said, "of being the account you draft." "You make more," she said. "You can afford to be generous." I held up the receipts. "I've been generous for 15 years. Name one month you asked how my bills look." Mom made a small sound like a violin dying. "We didn't come to argue. We came to." "You came because the phone stopped working in public," I said. Silence. Jay's breath was the only sound. Megan pointed at the phone like it had personally betrayed her. "Get rid of the block," she demanded. "Tyler needs a phone for school." "He has one," I said. "He wanted this one because he wanted more." Her eyes flashed. "You sound like Dad." That one made me flinch. Our dad used to say it with a belt in his hand. I took a slow breath. "Tomorrow, I'll take Jay to the carrier to add this to my plan. He'll walk out with it. You'll leave it alone. You'll never touch his things again." "What about the chocolates?" Tyler muttered, eyes on the floor now, voice small for once. Jay looked at him. "Eat them," he said. "I don't want your saliva anyway." I didn't laugh, but I wanted to. They left. No apology. Just huffs and a slammed door. 2 hours later, the text began. Asterisk so immature. So theatrical. Men never forgive. Asterisk I muted the thread. At work, word traveled fast. I don't hide much, and Kinsey, my assistant manager, has radar for drama. She calls it continuing education. She stood in my office doorway. A stapler like a mic. "You finally did a thing for you," she said. "I did a thing for my kid," I corrected. "Same thing," she said. And you know what? Maybe she was right. That week, small changes stacked. I moved my spare key from the fake rock outside to a lockbox that only Jay and Kinsey know. I canceled 2 family logins Megan had been using, my streaming accounts, my wholesale club membership. I took myself off the Austin will pay list my mother keeps at the mechanic she loves. I called the boutique in Dubai, gave them the backpack serial number, asked them to flag it if it ever came in for repair, and to note that the purchaser was not Megan. The associate said, "Of course." It felt petty, and also like putting a lid on something. Jay and I went back to regular life. Homework at the table. Late shifts where he sits in the break room with his laptop, pretending not to hear my store announcements. He didn't bring up the party fallout much. He carried the new phone like it was a glass heart. Then the ripple came on Friday. Tyler posted a new story. A blurry picture of a different backpack and a caption that sounded like a dare. "Newer drip." Kids commented, fire emojis, drip. Then one kid wrote, "Your mom stole the first one. LOL. Tyler deleted the comment. Another kid DM'd me. Yes, me. Because my account's private, but not invisible. "Sir, just so you know, everyone at school knows what your sister did." I didn't respond. I didn't need a chorus. I already had the facts. Family dinner stopped. Or rather, I stopped going. Mom tried to frame it as me isolating myself. I kept repeating one line. "When people can't be kind to my son, they don't get access to us." She called it dramatic. I called it Tuesday. The next hit didn't come from them. It came from inside their camp. Aunt Rosa, the one who talks soft and watches everything, sent me a text. Asterisk you were right. They're falling apart. Asterisk she meant Megan and Mom. She meant the screams traveling through the vents when there's no audience to shame. She meant money. Megan had counted on me for school fees, soccer gear, random emergencies. When I stepped to the side, she had to stand in the center. She hates the center when the center is responsibility. On a Sunday morning, my phone buzzed. A long text from Tyler. Asterisk Uncle Austin, "I'm sorry. I was stupid. Mom told me you didn't care. I knew you cared. I still did it. I see Jay at school. He doesn't look at me. I don't blame him." Asterisk I didn't respond right away. I showed it to Jay. He read it, then handed my phone back like it was heavier than before. "What do you want to do?" I asked. He shrugged. Defensive. "We don't need them." That's not what I asked, I said. He sat with it. If he says sorry to me, he finally said. Like a real one, not a post, maybe. I sent Tyler a line. You need to apologize to Jay in person. No excuses. No buts. He typed back fast. Okay. Then Megan found out. She texted me, fire emojis. Asterisk, don't go around me. He's my son. Asterisk, he's also a person, I wrote. He stole from mine. He'll apologize to him. She didn't answer. Tyler did. He asked if he could come by. Jay said yes, then changed the yes 3 times, then sighed and said, fine. Tyler came, hood up again, hands empty. He stood in my doorway and did the hardest thing a 16-year-old can do. He admitted he did a bad thing that makes him look bad. I wanted it because it was shiny, he said, and because my friends would see me with it. That's it. It wasn't deep. Jay stared at him for a long time. You embarrassed me, he said. Not just the stealing. The posts. I know, Tyler said. I deleted them. You already did the damage, Jay said. Tyler nodded. I'll say it to whoever you want me to. He meant school. He meant social death. He meant he got it a little. Jay didn't make him go on tour. He just nodded once, sharp. Okay, he said. Don't talk to me for a while. After Tyler left, Jay sat at the table and opened the chocolates we'd saved. He took one, then pushed the box toward me. Tastes like sugar, he said. Yeah, I said. We both laughed, a breath more than a sound. The fallout didn't end in one tidy act. Megan still sent barbed texts. Mom still tried the guilt. I'm not getting any younger, she'd write, like age is an invoice I owe. I kept repeating, boundaries are not punishment. Sometimes I'd send it, then put my phone in a drawer and go outside to breathe air that didn't belong to anyone. Work got easier. Funny how that happens. When you stop bleeding at home, you stop snapping at customers who asked for discounts without looking at you. Kinsey said I looked less haunted. She's dramatic, but she wasn't wrong. One quiet night after close, Jay stood in the empty store and took a picture of the wall of phones, rows and rows of rectangles glowing. It's weird, he said, how much we care about this stuff. We don't care about the stuff, I said. We care about what people say this stuff means. He looked at me. So what does it mean that you got me this? He lifted his phone. I didn't have a speech. It means I see you, I said. And I wanted you to feel seen. He nodded once, like he was pinning that to a corkboard inside his chest. A week later, Aunt Rosa invited us over for spaghetti. No Megan. No Mom. It was quiet. Jay helped grate cheese. We told stories that didn't use anyone's worst moments as punchlines. On the way home, he said, this feels better. Yeah, I said. It does. Megan has not forgiven me. She says I humiliated her boy. Maybe I did. Or maybe consequences just look like humiliation when you've never seen them before. Mom keeps trying to broker peace the way she always has, by making me give. I keep saying the same sentence in different shapes. Asterisk, if you want peace, you need fairness. If you want access, you need respect. Asterisk, she hates that I turn my rules into policy. I love that I stopped re-explaining them. 2 Saturdays after everything, Jay wore the backpack to the park for the first time. He'd kept it in his closet like a museum piece. He slung it over one shoulder and rolled his eyes when I tried to take a picture and then didn't stop me. We shot hoops until it got dark, and you could hear the ball more than see it. On the way back to the car, he said, thanks for fighting for me. It shouldn't have been a fight, I said. But it was, he replied. And you fought. We drove home with the windows down, city air in our mouths, and for once, the silence between us felt full instead of sharp. People love to say, it's only things. They say it when they're standing in your living room, holding your things. They say it when you finally show them a boundary, and they don't like how it feels. But it was never about the backpack, or the chocolates, or the phone. It was about who gets to decide what my kid deserves. It was about whether family means take from Austin because he won't push back. I used to leave every argument with Megan thinking I'd been too harsh or too soft. I'd replay lines and try to edit the past. This time, I didn't replay anything. I wrote it down. I wrote my rules for myself and taped them inside the kitchen cabinet with the mugs. Rule 1. If it belongs to my son, it stays with my son. Rule 2. I don't fund people who insult me or him. Rule 3. No more secret favors. Everything has a receipt or a no. Rule 4. We don't go where we're not respected, even if there's casserole. It sounds silly, having rules like that on paper, but I'm a store manager. I trust policies when feelings make a mess. Megan will keep telling the story her way. Austin went nuclear over a phone. Mom will keep reciting her favorite scripts. He turned his back on us. I stopped auditioning for their play. I'm not in it. Here's what did change. Jay stands taller. He jokes more. He says, "Thank you. And I got this." In the same breath. He carries that backpack sometimes, and sometimes he doesn't. The phone is a tool and a toy and a target he's learning to manage. We have late-night pizza on the couch and watch games, and he groans at my commentary. It feels like we're building something instead of patching leaks. Tyler sent another text last night. Asterisk, I'm working at the grocery store now. Not glamorous. Feels good to buy my own stuff. Asterisk, I told him good. No confetti. Just good. He said he might try out for JV again. I told him to drink water and stretch, because I'm every dad in a baseball cap. Aunt Rosa came by with a pie and a hug that lasted exactly long enough. She said, "I'm proud of you." It slid right into a space I didn't know was empty. If there's a moral, it's this. I won't be the family wallet. I won't let my no be a riddle you think you can solve. I won't let my kid learn that silence buys peace. Not in my house. Not anymore. The day Megan took what wasn't hers, I felt small. The day I took it back, I didn't feel big. I just felt right. And right is steady. Right is quiet. Right is sitting at the table with my son. 2 bowls, the last of the Dubai chocolates. Neither of us even likes them that much, and the kind of ease you can't purchase in a boutique. Next time, Jay said, "Bring me a keychain." "Got it," I said. He grinned. "From anywhere." What about you? Have you ever had to draw a really hard line with your own family? What happened? Let me know in the comments below. I really want to hear your stories.